Alright. Sorry about that. I had to make sure it was actually recording. Hey there guys, Frankomatic here with the test drive, as promised. A driving game that I actually owned on the C64. That was actually considered, you know, not terrible. Unlike the questionable port of hard driving. I was never any good at this, so don't expect to see a whole lot of it. But I will try. After it loads. Good old C64 loading times. I'm also not confident I have my controller in the right port. I guess we'll find out. This game is by Accolade, which back in the day was generally a fairly good side. Accolade made some good stuff, from what I remember. This is a pretty basic driving game. You're not racing against anybody but the clock. I know this is also on the Amiga, and I'm pretty sure the Amiga version is considered better. So we gotta pick a car. There are a few cars to drive through. Nope, flip the disc. Alright, that we need test drive 1B, probably? Yeah, I thought that was right. Okay. As is usual for C64, it's got pretty good music. The little I remember of this game, I didn't play a ton of it because I was awful at it. It controls pretty okay, too. But let's find out together. First, though, we gotta pick a car. We got the Lotus Esprit Turbo. We got a good old Lamborghini. We got a Porsche. I'm not really a car guy, so none of these are kind of like my dream car or anything. But also the acceleration stats mean literally nothing to me. I'm gonna pick the Corvette, though. Who doesn't want a nice Corvette? And that's me right there. That's what I look like. So anyways, the object here is to just drive through segments of the world without crashing, without getting pulled over by the cops. We've got a radar in the upper left there. It will also make a really obnoxious noise. And just make it to the end before you run out of gas, I think it is. There might be a time limit, I don't exactly remember. It's been a very long time. You definitely can crash, and if you crash too much, that's game over. That's probably how this will end. There is an ending, I probably won't get there. I'll tell you about it when I give up, if we don't though, because it's very simple and pretty good. That's once again up. Okay. You gotta manually shift, which is kinda neat. And again, it doesn't automatically recenter, but it controls a lot more smoothly. I'll honestly be impressed if I complete even one segment of this. I was really terrible at this as a kid. Yep, there's a cop somewhere. Now it's behind us. You can't outrun him. Yeah, he got me though. Oh god. I'm gonna call that one the cop's fault, honestly. Oh, it's only one life. My bad. Well, that went poorly. Let's maybe try again, shall we? Let's select a new car. Let's try a couple of cars out. I'll probably wreck all of them. Incidentally, if you hit the wall on the right or the open air cliff on the left, you crash, as you might expect. I forget if getting pulled over by a cop is also a game over. I don't think that one is. Unless you get pulled over too many times. Well, let's try the Lotus this time. Because that went so quickly. With practice, I feel like I might be able to actually get through this, but I don't have the time needed for that. I also don't care that much. They do have nicely modeled interiors for all the cars, though. And since we're almost assuredly not going to get there, I'll probably just wreck several of the cars and then call it a day. If you get to the end, you make it back to the car dealership that you are taking this test drive, haha, from. And they give you a note that says, look in the glove box. And in the glove box is another note saying, good job, keep the car. See ya. So you get your car. I actually kind of like the way the clutch works in this. You hit the trigger and then hit up to shift up or down to shift down. It actually feels pretty natural. Oh, that was good. I feel like I didn't give this one a fair shake. Maybe I'll try again with this one and not crash immediately. No, no, it didn't game over me. Oh yeah, you can blow out the engine. I forgot about that. I never owned a stick shift, so don't mind my, crud. My awful shifting. Right! Why did I only have one life the first time? Maybe the Chevrolet is considered easy mode or something. Alright, so that went badly. I'm actually going to try this car one more time, though, because I feel like most of that was on me. And I'll try a third car. Let's say. And when that inevitably also goes poorly, I'll say that's probably good enough for one of these little quick dive videos I'm doing. I think it does a good job, even here, of illustrating the difference between a game that's tuned a little better versus one that's, well, technically impressive, just the system couldn't handle it. I'm still honestly a little impressed they got it running. They got hard driving running on this thing at all. Not as impressed as the fact that they got race driving or hard driving working on a Game Boy. Because that's really something in and of itself. Ah, crud. Perspective's a little tricky in this. Whoop. I'm not gonna blow up the engine this time. All my crashing will be on account of actually crashing. Oh, I lost the cop that time. I feel like maybe hitting the brakes sometimes might be wise, but what fun is that? I also feel like I'm having some bad luck with the traffic patterns. Oh, geez. I did it. I completed a segment. Well. I'm glad I got to show this at least once. I was pretty sure I was going to fail entirely. And you get you get points. So for once, I scored some points in this game. Yeah, every stop is a gas stop. You burn through a lot of gas on this test drive, let's say. Which, given the psycho driving we're doing, kind of makes sense. So yeah, I think I'll do a third car. And then we'll call it a day. After I lose here. At this point, we've basically seen what this game has to offer. The road gets a little trickier. More cops show up. The real challenge is in the handling of the cars, because they are all a little different. There are some potholes here and there. I don't know if they actually do anything. Oh no! Well, we just threw our car at 100 miles an hour right off a cliff. Ah, that light curve on the road snuck up on me. Whoop. Overcompensated. Ah, crud. Yep, that's game over for this car. Well, we did better. Did a little better. Got a score. Alright, let's check the car that back in the day everybody would have wanted. Everybody I knew was super into... I'm never going to make the high score list, let's be honest. When I was a kid, at least, everyone around me wanted a Lambo. So let's try driving a Lambo. Blow it up a few times. And we can call it a day for test drive. This game had a lot of sequels over the years. I think there was one fairly recently, actually. Number 2, The Duel, I think is considered more of a classic than the original here. And it added in the option to race against somebody. Which is cool. So yeah, let's drive the Lamborghini Countach. Contact. Contact? I don't know. I'm not a car guy. Yeah, those cool doors. I mean, they're actually kind of stupid, but I dig the aesthetic. And let's go once it gets done loading. Any time now. Come on. You can do it. Alright, here we go. Oh, lost that cop immediately. Should have probably hit the brakes there. Not sure if you can hear my joystick clackety-clacking as I gear shift wildly. Whoops. That was gonna be the death of me anyway. Ah. I did some pretty good dodging there, I think. Man, crashed it right at the end, too. Lame. Let's see how I did. Oh, I did it faster. It's not the best performance arrangement you can get, though. The fastest one is really good. It's passing a low-flying planes back there. Anyway, it's time to crash this thing a few more times. I will say, now that I'm a little older and less of a stupid child, I actually like this a lot more than I did when I was little. I didn't really get it. I also didn't understand the concept of gear shifting, which, as you might imagine, having seen this, would probably be a bit of a problem for getting good enjoyment out of it. I think my controller is a little too sensitive. If I adjusted the dead zone, this would probably be a lot less difficult. But that's fiddly, and I don't want to do it. That's going to be real careful where you decide to shift gears. Man, this Lambo just leaves those cops in the dust. A little bit over the line, I guess. That's my one real complaint, I would say. The perspective is a little off. Which I understand. It's kind of a problem of the times more than anything else. But it's real hard to tell when you're gonna hit something and when you're not. Overcompensated again. Pretty sure I hit that exact car in that exact spot last time. Oh god. Well, that was cool. My controller died. And now it's kind of freaking out. Let's just kill that. Now it's still freaking out. So I guess that's going to be the end of this. Anyways, next time, I don't know. We'll take a look at something else. We'll see what happens. Hope you enjoyed it. Later, guys.